Hello and welcome to Modern Broadcast. Today we're going to be taking a look at the TrimUI Brick handheld. I got the red version here, and we're going to go ahead and do an unboxing. We'll take a look at it inside underneath some good lighting, unlike what we have right now. But it's currently 7 o'clock in the morning. Today is day one of getting up at 5 a.m., taking miles on a walk, doing some workout stuff, and just trying to better organize my time and my mornings and my evenings. Today's day one. We'll see how this kind of keeps progressing. Upon opening the box here, it looks like it has a nice carrying case, a nice hard shell case, which is fantastic. Has this nice kind of gamepad aesthetic here. And that gets bright, but then it goes right back to being dark when it gets on my face. Anyways, this is the TrimUI Brick, which has been talked about quite extensively in the retro community scene, and I'm excited to get my hands on one. And this might go in my work bag. This might be my daily driver for a little bit. So far, it's been the RG34XX. Game Boy Advance always reminded me of a digipad from Digimon, and I'm just a big child, you know, why not? What are you getting into? Come here. Of course, we gotta do our miles cam, maybe. Say hi, buddy. Yeah, a little bit. All right. He's so peanut buttery. He got some toast this morning. Back to the TrimUI. Upon opening, oops, there goes the charge cable. Inside the case, it looks like we have the handheld on the right side, and then on the left side is the little pouch that comes with a little bit of extras. The first thing that stands out is replacement shoulder buttons, which is quite interesting. It looks like we have a couple of sets here for whatever we may need. It comes with a USB Type-C charge cable. Oh, that camera focus, man, that thing was jiving, wasn't it? That was hopping. And then also we have a nice tempered glass screen protector in there as well. On the handheld side, lift up its little strap we got here. There we go. That's in focus. Thumbnail, maybe. I was just having a hell of a time, isn't it? There we go. Thumbnail. Here we have the TrimUI, and like I said, I got the red version just because it's different. It's different, you know, there's so many black handhelds, there's so many white handhelds. This had a red version. You don't really see that in the handheld. I went with it. Why not? Very much reminds me of a miniature analog pocket, which we'll do an inside side-by-side comparison. As you know, that we got the buttons down here at the bottom. Looks like we have a TrimUI button, and then select and start. I'm not sure what these two do right here, but then we have our A, B, X, Y laid out in the Nintendo Switch layout. On the left side, we have an up and down, which I assume is our volume. And then on the right side, what's interesting here is we have the power button, but then we have this slider, and I don't know what that does. The good news is that it's tracking my face, and that's what you typically want in a camera, but I want it to detect this. We'll have to see what that does when we power it on. On top of the device, it looks like we have a little light, LED light indicator, and then we have our L2, R2 buttons. On the back, along with we have a Type-C port right there in the middle. I would assume that's probably for firmware and software updates, as I've had other handhelds that have two, because on the bottom of the device, that's where we also have our headphone jack, Type-C, and then our micro SD card slot. We'll get this all plugged in, we'll charge it up, and after work today, we'll record the rest of this and test it out and play it. Here we go. We're inside now. At the end of the day, it's actually dark out now, so before I was recording at like 7 in the morning, now I'm recording at 8 o'clock at night. So, I'm going to take this out again and just show the device once more. I feel like it wasn't in focus outside. We had some pretty bad lighting there. So, we are going to take a look at it again. Here's the device. Look at that. I really like the color. It is all plastic. It's not metal, but good quality plastic. As we see, we have that TrimUI, sorry, that's the side, TrimUI button, and then we have our start selects. I still don't know what these do. Our D-pad, ABXY, still in the Nintendo Switch configuration. And then on the back here, what I was trying to show earlier is we have a Type-C port right here, which I assume that's for firmware. Not entirely sure. We'll take a look, testing, but then we have our trigger buttons. On the bottom here, we have our headphone jack, another Type-C cable, and then we have our micro SD card slot, which does come preloaded with some items. The screen is very vibrant. Get this on. So I still have the screen protector, the default screen protector on it. As we see, we have some RGB lights in the front there. Maybe that's just brightness. I don't know what that's doing. Anyways, so we have that. Then what's actually pretty neat is We knew that this was a light, also RGB lighting. Also, underneath the triggers is lights, which I did not know. The installed on the system is like Dreamcast. Where do I go? That way? Okay. Looks like we got PlayStation. Is that Saturn? It's Sega Saturn. But this can actually play Sega Saturn games. This is actually pretty neat because it's a nice form factor. It's relatively cheap, and you definitely see why this is people's kind of go-to handheld for 2024, or especially at the tail end of 2024. Quickly comparing it to the Analog Pocket, as we see, very much same design. Sorry for the game that's on there. Before bed, I've been playing my Analog Pocket, and I told my wife, I was like, pick any Game Boy Advance game that I have. Oh, that is loud. But pick any Game Boy Advance game that we have in our collection, and I cannot switch games until I beat it. And this is Cal the Kangaroo. It's not good. It's bad. As we see, definitely heavily inspired, even so much so that like the volume up and down is the same. Don't focus on me. There we go. Volume up and down is the same. And then on the black Analog Pocket, the color button is different, just like it is here on the system here. But it's like its little cousin or sibling, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, it's a nice screen, and can't wait to do some testing with it to see kind of just how well it does handle. Got some nice background music going on. It's like some ambient stuff. Reminds me of Aura's Domain a little bit. You know, let's see if the microphone will pick that up. Probably very quietly. But we see up here at the top, we actually have different categories. They're just on the games category, but there's actually ports where this comes with Baltro, Stardew Valley, Sonic Mania, Celeste Classic, and Diablo. So again, it's not best practice, but you know, you get those. And then it also comes with apps where we have Moonlight, RetroArch, and then I guess the slider is an FN key, which we can go to FN settings, set what that does. So I have an ebook reader, a mic test. There's a microphone in here. Okay. Media player. So under the function key, that little slider, we have a couple options. I just turned it to where it would turn the LEDs off, especially like if I want to play this at night, especially around bedtime. I want to make sure that I am not disturbing my wife. So if we slide this, didn't do anything. What if that didn't do anything either? Maybe we have to leave. Oh, okay. So I'm just dumb. So we're selecting which key we want. Right now it's selecting like this one, the D-pad, right? Yeah, this one here. So it was selecting this key. So that's also a function key. So we have 1, 2, 3 function keys. So 3 function keys that we can program whether or not this, if we push this, that turns the D-pad into a joystick. Or we could do a CPU clock switcher, LCD brightness switcher, LED on-off toggle. Same with the other one. But then when we come to the toggle, options that we have are LED off. Again, that's focusing on me. Quiet mode, silent mode, CPU power save, CPU performance, turbo A button or B button. Or that doesn't make sense. I don't know why you would turbo those with a toggle switch while turning it on. Okay, so let's go. I'm going to make it, say, silent mode. Okay, so we have the sound. Oh, that's nice. Everything, no sound whatsoever. We could hit the volume button a bunch of times to probably get the same effect, but even the vibration stopped, where it was vibrating slightly when moving around. Back on, set. I accidentally somehow got into net play. Oops. I'm curious if Balatro works. It does. So by default, it was not in English, but the language setting is literally right on the main screen. That you just scroll over and change it to English, and there we have it. This will keep me up all night. I get addicted to this. But again, we're going to go ahead and push the TrimUI button. Kidding, no, we're not. And the ports, you just actually have to go over to quit and actually hit the quit button. There's no shortcut. I was pushing start select, pushing the TrimUI with start select, and a whole bunch of other buttons, and none of that was working. So what's nice is that the device kind of came pre-charged. It started at 91%. We're only at 87%, and I've kind of tinkered with this a little bit here and there, kind of throughout the day. So you definitely could see this being a daily driver, and especially for those that like that vertical handheld instead of a horizontal handheld. Screen's gorgeous for what it is. I personally really like the red. I think the red is, I think it's different. I think they also had a purple version that I was interested in, but red just seemed clean to me. So stay tuned. We're going to do more gameplay testing. We're going to figure out what this Type-C does in a future video. I want to try to break these up a little bit, just kind of do a generic kind of, hey, this is what it is, this is what it comes with. I am surprised to see some of those ports on there. Oh, that's so nice, that function key. Just sliding that down and just complete silent. And then if you program one of these to turn off the LEDs, I think you're golden. Especially when if you're in a quiet place, just a little sneaky game sesh on the side. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribe. Be sure to check out modernbroadcast.tv. We are giving away the video game module for the Flipper Zero to members only, so it's not that much to sign up. $2.99, $2.99 to sign up and enter in the giveaway. Also, the Video Games Monthly giveaway is on the website. That is live still. We are getting close to the deadline to when we're going to draw that winner, so be sure to enter in. That is completely free, no sign up required. Win a whole box of games, guys. Why not? Anyways, enough rambling. Thanks so much for watching, and take care, everybody.